Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode. I have Bhavesh Shaha today. So, Bhavesh is in content marketer. So, thank you very much, Bhavesh, for joining in. It's my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Lakshit, for having me on your podcast. It was such an amazing idea to see people contacting me to be on different people's podcasts. Like that is an experience of its own.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
we
it
talk
is.
about content marketing, people ask me, what the hell is content marketing? And I tell them, content marketing is like teaching person how to fish. You know that old quote, right? Give a man a fish and you'll feed him for a day. Teach him
Yeah,
how to fish and you'll feed him for his lifetime.
lifetime.
But a content marketer's job is to teach a man how to fish and then sell him fishing equipment.
Yeah, yeah. So true. It's true. And it's hard to be content marketer. It's you just get upon things and you have to add upon things. People don't have, are not going to like you forever. You have to change. You have to be different. So yeah, you have to feed more things than just teaching him how to take fishes and remove fishes from the sea. Yeah, so you it's great that you joined me again. It's great. Like before starting it, I just want to ask you
Huh.
that why did you start being a content marketer at 18? Like why? ऐसा क्या लगा कि I should do it now, I should not waste my time anymore.
The biggest lie I've heard is you're too young to do something. It's mostly about an action of rebel. No, I can do it. कल के दिखाऊंगा मैं. Why not?
Yeah,
It is about proving people wrong because academics is not everything for me. And when I preach that academics is not everything for me, I need to showcase the work that I have done. I have started this business. I'm getting a profitable turnover. And if I don't do that, then I can't be like all those people. My degrees don't matter. Degrees are just pieces of people that don't decide my future. Mark Zuckerberg dropped out. Bill Gates dropped out. A lot of people say that, but they
yeah,
didn't drop out from lovely professional university. They
yeah,
dropped out after having successful businesses in
yeah,
college.
yeah. That's true. And what perception do you have about dropouts? What do you think dropouts are good or bad? Is dropping out good or a bad at itself, at its place?
I've had a lot of friends in the same industry of entrepreneurship who have dropped out and who are earning more than 50 lakhs per annum. At the
Oh,
same time, I've had people who have dropped out and are making zero per year.
yeah,
It is mostly about, I don't know, I might feel very elitist if I say this, that anyone can earn money online. Because obviously we have been blessed with a laptop, a proper internet connection that allows us and gives us the opportunity, the potential to earn money online. But not everybody has that. So I can't go and tell anyone, hey, drop out of the college, drop out of school, the Indian education system is bad, it's not going to help you. That is a lie to one extent. They need some kind of stability and security if they don't have anything else working out for them. This is one guaranteed pathway to success, or it was for a lot of years until Corona came. And now even job security is a question. Am
yeah,
I going to have a job after getting a degree?
yeah. True.
It's a
It's
question to ponder upon. Before it
yeah,
was like, yes, degree equal job.
yeah. It's a questionable thing, and you don't know what's happened when and what you can have and what you can't have when. Yeah, that's true. I agree upon that point of yours. And what did you learn at a personal level by working with clients at different clients about content marketing, and what did you learn at a personal level?
Okay, number one, patience. The client doesn't know what they want. And the
Hmm.
client doesn't want to be shown 100 things that you can offer.
Yeah,
Your job is not just to fulfill their needs, fulfill and get their job working out. Your job is to first identify what they need. Sometimes you might not be the person whom they should hire. And it's your moral obligation to tell them, see, I work in this sector. This sector is not going to be useful for you. Go contact him. And that is understanding the needs of the client. It's basically extrapolating data from a given set of instructions that they give, because they also don't reveal the full picture. They do not tell
yeah,
us the objective. They're like, we need this to be made. But why? What is the end goal? What are you planning to accomplish? Once we have that, with our experience and the resources that we have, we're able to assess properly. So number one is patience. Number two is extrapolating data and understanding what one more person wants. And this helps me in a personal level because I see everything in such a objective manner. Ki,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
this person is doing this drama in my life. What is the end goal? Why is he doing it? What is he planning to accomplish? So at the end of the day, everything becomes facts and numbers, which always is a double-edged sword because emotions and human behavioristic cannot be
Yeah.
converted into monetary terms. But gives you a new perception.
Yeah. 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 And what perception did it give it to you?
It's objective perception. It tells you not to think emotionally. It
Okay.
tells you people are like that because you have dealt with people worse than that, and there's nothing which your classmate is going to do to you
Yeah.
by doing this drama.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's imagine you work for someone and you get good amount of money. And at the same time, you can't flex that, obviously. If you flex that, you are someone who's a show off. And as entrepreneurs, student entrepreneurs, people accuse us of being greedy. He's only after money.
Money.
The problem here is that is my job. As a doctor, your aim is not to earn money but to treat patients. And value. But money is not immediately or a byproduct per se. It is one of the main aspects. And there's nothing wrong in saying, I need this amount of money because this is my job and this is the target that I wish to accomplish.
Mm.
The problem starts when they start hankering after money, being unethical, doing immoral things to earn money. There's a fine line which many entrepreneurs miss, and that is a valid criticism to have. But at the same time, generalizing all entrepreneurs saying that they're money minded, they're greedy, is true. We are money minded. That is how we should into it.
Yeah. 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 So we were speaking about entrepreneurs, yeah, that's true that entrepreneurs not about all about money, because of course there are some who, and they are giving you something, then they are giving you some service. Of course they're going to take money for that. They're not going to give it for free. Um, and how did you, the first before becoming, how, where did you learn it from? How did you learn it, and how did you find clients at first, and how things happen?
This actually brings me up to an interesting topic which many people as a freelancer do not think about. They have the main aspect of upskilling themselves, learning new skills. But the second aspect is networking with people who already have clients. If you are into web design, find people who are into web design, be close to them, help them out, and they will delegate their projects to you, and you are going to earn money like that. You're going to build a portfolio. Many people forget this aspect and they try to get immediate result, which is not possible in the world of freelancing, especially if your network is very weak. Upskill yourself and get a good network. Upskilling can be done in multitude of ways. I know people who brag about, bro, I have purchased 5,000 rupees worth of course. What is the point of that course if you're not going to study? And even as someone who
Yeah.
advocates for completely free education, online courses are something which falls in a very gray category because it's all pre-recorded videos, and all of that is available online for free in YouTube. And
Yeah.
the question here is, are we paying money? Actually, we are paying money for the organized data, and the organization is available for free. If you go to any course, you're going to see point one, point two, point three. This is chapter one, this is course one. And my friend Saksham Chauhan, he told me, Bhavesh, just select that text, copy, paste in Google, and learn that part of the video. Then go to the next unit from the paid course,
Yeah.
copy that, learn that. And that is something which can be done for free. And number two, networking. Networking is like LinkedIn is such a good platform. It has a learning curve, but people need to realize the importance of cold calling, cold emailing, and all that. Because if I'm able to email someone with 300K subscribers and they're responding to me and I'm able to get some kind of connection with them, they know that I exist. It's going to be beneficial in the long run. People do not take the chance. There are two things, right? People think, what will happen if I take the chance and get nothing? The risk is there. And sometimes the risk might be negative in nature. But what people do not see is the cost of inaction. If you do not take the risk, do you know how much you are going to lose? This
Yeah.
is a philosophy in Stoicism, I guess. I cannot pronounce it. It's in Stoic philosophy.
Okay.
They talk about cost of inaction. And that is something which touches the heart of a person. Ki, I need to take risk. If I do not, I'm going to lose a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's very true. And so does that mean that you also learned, on digital marketing or, from YouTube?
I'm not much into digital marketing per se, but I know people who are, and they work with me with different clients. Digital marketing is mostly about having a good creative mind, firstly, and then
Mm-hmm.
having the technical skills to put that in different platforms.
Yeah.
If you had an advertisement, because people don't come to social media to buy things, that is not the end goal at all. If I'm scrolling on Instagram, I don't want to see a product worth 2000 rupees. What but yet, how do you convert those people into feeling like they need that? It's all about exploiting a person's cognitive bias. For example, we have the halo effect. Halo effect basically says if there's a good looking person in the advertisement, people are going to look at the advertisement more. And that is understood. You know. Next, we have confirmation bias. If someone is already conforming, I am conforming what I believe in because the advertisement is justifying my own thoughts and ideals. That is when I'm going to look at the advertisement even more. If an advertisement comes to you and says, podcast is hard, but there's one easy way to fix all of it, even though you won't purchase it, you're still going to look at it for 15 seconds and see what the hell are they talking about.
Yeah.
So it's all about targeting the right people in a unique way, in a fresh way, and not in a very forced manner. Ki, advertisement, take the advertisement. That
Yeah.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
But how?
True. True. Yeah. And okay, so I just went in digital marketing. So you're a content marketer. So did you learn content marketing from YouTube, or did you take a course?
Okay, I have not purchased any course in my lifetime. I can say that for sure. YouTube, while coming to that, I have not actively gone and seeked out content like how to become a content marketer. I see there are two ways to plan out your life. One is to have an end goal and then
Mm,
put every single micro action of yours to fulfill that macro action. Next is to have small micro actions that is going to lead you to a successful macro option, macro
mm,
fulfillment, or macro success. My main goal was I want to make YouTube video. Then I wanted to earn money. YouTube content, making money marketing, content marketing. So it's small steps that you take, which allows you to progress in your micro goals, which fuse together and make a macro goal for you. And then you just go on and develop. I did not have a plan like I'm going to earn money only using content marketing. I just knew I wanted to make money. I just knew I wanted to make YouTube videos. And once we fuse all that, it's pretty clear that the obvious fusion is going to be content marketing. Other ways are also there, like you can do sponsorship. If you have a good equal spectrum, like your marketing is equal, your content is equal. But my marketing is high, my content is low. So I have what, like 1,000 subscribers? That is not going to give me sponsorships at all. So it's about balancing what you have, seeing your available options, and trying to fulfill step by step. Like there's nothing wrong if you go to YouTube and search for it, but just it's my own personal experience.
mm-hmm.
Okay, I try to fulfill small goals and then see where that leads me.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry for that. Uh,
No issues.
yeah. So how does I just
Ah,
wanted to know how did you reach to your first 1,000 subscribers?
okay. I started YouTube in second standard. And that was because I was a very shy and nervous kid. It was
Okay.
actually my mom who supported me mostly.
Okay.
And she was like, make YouTube videos, it'll be fun. You learn to speak to people. And I had a speech defect of sorts. I still cannot pronounce few words correctly. So that gave me good practice. And the worst part is, like, if I introspect now, I used to apologize for my voice in the beginning and in the end of the video in subtitles. I'm sorry for my voice. I'm Asian. I'm Indian. Because I had a very weird voice, which even I could not understand at points. And the best part is, YouTube 2010, their comment section was not vile. I got super supportive comments. Your voice is super cute. Your voice is amazing. Where are you from? And that is something which motivates a person, especially a kid who has what one or two friends in real life, who just moved to a new place, who has no idea what to do, who is making PowerPoint, who is making Photoshop tutorials for people who might not even watch it because it's super shitty. But people still watched it. People still supported in a very supportive manner. People still commented in a supportive manner. And that allowed me to not blame any numbers, to not make my analytics a scapegoat for giving up. And once you don't give up and you have consistency and you make good content at one stage or the another, your first video is going to be trash, your first podcast is going to be trash. But your 50th podcast is going to be something which people are going to ask you in DMs, bro, why haven't you uploaded yet?
Mm.
That is a spectrum. You're going to go from A to Z. Okay, not Z, like K or L. And you're going to learn a lot by just not giving up, by being
Yeah.
consistent, which my camera is not doing because it's blurring and going away all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have the
Yeah.
force.
Yeah. Yeah. You so
Okay,
you started YouTube when you were in second standard.
yes, sir.
Oh, is it? It's too okay. Okay, not bad. Okay. Um. Let's get into the conversation. I just wanted to have upon as a content
Huh.
marketer. As a content marketer, what do you see that a creator does wrong?
Mm, okay. The first thing which comes to my mind is people take the YouTube video, they cut a 1 minute clip, and they put it on Instagram with white color bars in the top and bottom. The full
Mm,
video in YouTube. This is something which I have done. And people forget that the audience on Instagram and audience in YouTube are there for two different reasons. People on Instagram, they want content which is tailored to their mood when they are in Instagram. They don't want to sit and watch a 2 minute podcast per se. Some people might want, but not all. So you need to make content which works and which is tailored to that. If I had to take this podcast, instead of having a side by side screen for Instagram, I'm going to keep one in the top, one in the bottom, 30 seconds reel, and I'm going to take the most fun part here. Some quick part for 30 seconds, which is mind boggling, which is like, okay, shit, this is a good point using simple language. Like when I said content marketing, it's like teaching a person how to fish and then selling him fishing equipment. That is a fun sentence to hear as a person. And once you put that as a reel, people be like, oh, this is something fun. But if you just take the side by side, people already know, like there are thousands of people, not thousands, millions doing the same thing. So number
yeah.
one is understanding exclusivity of your platform. Instagram is for something different. And do not be shy of putting content exclusive on Instagram. I've had people who are scared, hey, I have monetization in YouTube. Why should I not put in YouTube? Or why will I put in Instagram? What if it blows up on Instagram? My YouTube monetization won't work here. I won't get money out of it. People need to overcome that fear and understand that they need to build a personal brand and they do not want to build vanity numbers as if they're monetization. Most of the Indians, they know that their YouTube CPM is super low. They get around 60 rupees per thousand views. While in USA, people get at least 300 rupees per thousand views. And that is because Indian advertisers don't want to pay much. So now,
Mm,
are you really worried about monetization? Or do you want your name to be put across Instagram? Even if one of your reels get viral, you will be viral. Trust yourself and not just the content. The people should come and watch you for you and not for the content. If I started a podcast, people will not come and say, okay, this podcast is interesting. We need to watch it because the podcast is interesting. People need to come to my podcast and be like, okay, Bhavesh started a podcast. Let us see what the hell it is.
yeah. True.
Personal branding.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's true. And
Hmm.
as you were speaking about personal branding on these
Hmm.
platforms, uh, how can somebody create its personal brand on these platforms? The question which arose in my mind right now.
Okay, damn. Like there's no one hard and fast way to do it. Okay, so there are multitudes of ways to do it, and whatever comes on the top of my head is being authentic, having engaging stories. Many people in stories, they make a big mistake. They treat themselves as a big YouTuber. Blow a video coming in 3 days, countdown. Then they put a trailer on their Instagram. They put a 10-second picture on their Instagram. They're like, blow, please tag people, please like, please save. This is my trailer post. Nobody wants your trailer post. Please shut up. Number one, make your content, put it out there, and create micro content out of that, put it on places, and start interacting with people who are on your same who are in your same industry. If I'm in a podcast, I'm going to find people who are in the podcast genre, not like 1 million subscribers, but someone in 2,000, 4,000, 5,000 followers. And I'll be like, see, I'm good in this. You come on my platform and you are going to talk about, I mean, we can talk about this. And this is something which you can't talk on your own platform, even though you had this in your heart to talk about it. It's difficult because your platform, your niche is different. However, I know you have potential here. I would like to hear about that on my platform. So it's about telling people what they're going to get out of it. And this is one of the aspects of cold messaging. Cold messaging is when you go to a random person and tell them, see, boss, I got this. Come over. And that is unsolicited in nature. Like they don't go and ask you for that. So your first aim is for them to open that email or open that DM conversation. That is where many of us fail. In emails, you are going to have really nice subject lines. Like when I had to do, I put your PowerPoint designs plus my VBA coding equal awesomeness. This made the person seem like I used their design to make something out of it. And that person curious. Okay, what did this guy do with my design? When in reality, I did not do. I was giving him the opportunity, the potential of us working together. And he had 300K and he agreed to have a collaboration. We just need to figure out the details. So this type of organic growth by collaboration is super important, super necessary for your own personal growth. Go on Instagram live with famous people, and you need to be likable also to one extent. If you are not likable, people might, not want to listen to you. You need to be chill. You should not have an attitude issue. Like 20 people reply to my comment, I won't reply to anyone. Do not do that. Do not do that. If you get time, go reply. If you cannot, okay, try to reply, the top ones, the most liked, the funny ones, pin your followers ka post. But that comes at a later stage. Initial stage, collaborations, message people who are in the same industry as you, work for free with them, even if you're in the podcast genre, and even if they're not collaborating, see, listen, I'll edit a podcast and give you. Your time should not be spent in editing. You go find out more people to come on a podcast with you. I'll take care of editing. Done, bro. Because you can also make them think about it in ways like, see, smart people, they spend money and save their time because their time is more valuable than their money. Money will come and go for the smart person, but time won't come back. So you need to, be really persuasive
Yeah.
until that person is like, okay, Lelo. But also you should not be insulting them to that an extent, like, stop annoying me, you'll get blocked. Do not do that also.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
collaborations, persuasive, be in the network.
Yeah. And how do you define collaboration at your own self point, and how do you think a person can collaborate, a creator can collaborate?
We are collaborating right now. You just sent me an message.
Yeah, yeah,
And if you
yeah.
can do messages like this, okay, let's review the message that you sent. Okay. Let me just go to my Instagram
Sure, sure.
and let us check what had you sent me. Let's see how we can improve on that.
Yeah.
I always like to research the person a bit more, and try to understand what are the sentences that they say often. And I can just have that sentence and that person will know, okay, this person knows about it. Okay, I'm searching for you. Okay, got it. On Instagram, you messaged, hey Bhavesh, I have a podcast. Can we collaborate?
Yeah.
And since I'm jobless, I'm like, okay, let's collaborate. But if it was someone who was more hi-fi in a bigger place, this sentence might not work. For example, hi Tanmay Bhatt, I have a podcast, can we collaborate? That might not
Yeah.
work. So you need to do it in such a manner. If it was Tanmay Bhatt, I know that he's into finance. He's making a podcast on finance, on financial literacy, on how money works, and he's trying to get that part of the educational sector of YouTube.
Hmm.
I am good in economics, so I'll be like, see, tell me, sir, I have an economics podcast. We talk about money. I have good amount of Indian teenagers as my audience base. How about I plan out a whole video? We can have a really sexy title, something, very unique. For example, what Indian schools do not teach you about money. We'll bash Indian education system because people love it. We'll talk about small concepts which they do not know, but if they watch them, they'll feel like, okay, I learned something. And if they learn something, they'll feel the urge to share it with people. So you're going to get a whole video directed by me with proper content, with proper titles. Here is my portfolio. I work in this. I have good amount of business. I am 18. This is someone who can relate because people might come to you and say, you're 24, you're 25. Why are you teaching us 18-year-olds? You do not know about us. I'm telling you, I have the relatability factor. I
Hmm.
can produce it. I got a titles. I got a video. I got a graphics. I can edit shit. Obviously, him seeing my message is a tough part. But if I can get him to see my message, the chances increases with every single sentence that I say that is going to make him think like, okay, this person has some kind of potential. And even if he doesn't agree to that for whatsoever reasons, I still am on his radar. He knows that someone like this person exists. And if I trust my own content and I'm able to grow in future, he can be like, okay, him contacting me from an early stage is a good content. This person is famous now. He was trending for one video, but he contacted me before. Let's make a video on him. So I'm all about giving them leverages into one extent.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm gonna try to implement this. Thank you for that advice. Thank you very much. Um,
Hmm. Pleasure.
what did you learn from being a creator? Like, you said
Hmm.
my language improved. Yeah, of course, but more than language, what did you
Huh.
think how did you improve at a personal level, and what things improved for you?
Okay. So the content I make requires a little more extra effort because I try to make a proper storyboard. And once I make a storyboard, I become good at storytelling. When I'm good at storytelling, I can sell things to people more easily. When I have people on a call, I know for a fact I'm going to get 10,000 rupees out of this person only then the Zoom call will end. That is my motto. And if I can talk in a good way, I can impress people. I can be like, see, you have a classroom right now. I got the software. I am in this industry. 150 other teachers are using it. And this software is way different from others because you don't have to click on every slide. You don't have to go and change everything. Go to this, type your question, type your answer. You don't want to do this? No issues. Type it in an Excel sheet. You don't want to do it? No issues. Give your Excel sheet as a homework to your students. Two in one. One each student can type 2 3 questions, 5 questions. You're going to get 40 into 5 200 questions. Put that in a quiz show. Let's play Corn Vinegar Karupati. This is my software. You got the data from your students. Put it here. Play with them on a Zoom call. Very simple. Step 1, step 2, step 3. You need to make it seem super easy. You should not take no for an answer so quickly. What are they going to say? Okay, the budget is low. I'm like, okay, you don't have a budget now. Tell me, how much can you spend? Listen, this is not a one-time thing. It's not like after you play for the first game, I'm going to be like, give me more money for the second template. See, you purchase this, it's a one-time thing. You are going to have at least say 2 game classes per month. 12 into 2, 24. You're going to teach for what? 1 year? No, you're going to teach for 5, 6 years. 6 into 24. How much is that? I don't know. I'm weak in max. 60, 72. Is it 144? I'm not sure, but around 150 games. So, really 150 games. The template is what? $20. 20
20.
into 150. How much? 1 second. Let me do a calculator.
20
20,
into it's around
20 into 150. 0.13.
yeah.
20 divided by 150. My bad.
Okay.
So around 0.13, you are spending 13 cents. That is it. And you are going to have this for your lifetime. You are going to make the classroom interactive. Think about the one-time investment that is going to enhance your quality of your education. Or else, just get a free template, try it out once in a classroom. Just try it out. I have 150 teachers backing me up, sir. And they have given proper, fruitful results because these templates are not just going to be plug and play. It is going to export the data. How long did a student take to answer the question? What was the incorrect answer? You are going to get so much analytics. And once you see that, you and your classroom will have the highest results in your district. Sold.
Yeah. Yeah. True. Yeah. It's interesting.
That's about seeing value one. Punch that. Punch that.
Yeah. So how do you tell a
Super
story? How
interesting.
how 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 can you create story and tell story?
Okay. Create and tell a story. It's about having a hook first. Most of the traditional stories, they begin with slow-paced introduction. It goes up, conflict, then they have a solution, and then it ends. But nowadays, people want fast-paced stuff because their attention span is super low.
Yeah.
And if the attention span is super low, you need to have the hook in the beginning. What is it about? Give them the masala in the beginning. And that is how a content creator can grow. You're not going to have a 20-second intro, 30-second introduction, 20 seconds of to follow your Instagram. That won't work. First 1 minute, pure content. Jump to the mid part when it is the most interesting. If I were you, I would take the part when I tell a person to buy my template, like what I did just now. I'd put that in the beginning. People's attention will be grabbed on. Okay, this is the video. Because no one wants to skip 6 times, double tap here, and then wait for the video to actually start. That is not what they want at all. So, number one, if you want to tell a story online through a video, through an article, through an Instagram reel, through IGTV, have the hook in the beginning. Tell them why they're watching it. What are they going to get from watching it? Why should I give my 5 minutes to you? And
Hmm.
then I like to have visual aids. Like I have proper cinematography skills. And with that, for like very simple skills, which you can also learn in just 1 week, it's about not having the inertia of not learning stuff. Some people don't want to start a new project because they're like, we'll start on Sunday, today's Tuesday, next week we'll see. I wanted to start at 9 o'clock, it's 9:10. Forget it. Next day we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see at 10 o'clock. You should not blame the aesthetics of the time. It's about just understanding your first few, oh my god, lighting. Okay. Your first few videos are going to be not that good. But if you do not make your first few videos, your sixth video is not going to come out. Consistency. It's about just going through it and finding the right style because my style might not work for others. Other people's style won't work for me. I try to have 1 minute of hook, 6 seconds of audio blending because I don't like to keep a proper, what do you call it, intro per se, but it's fine. You can keep it, but your audio blending is very important. When that people will understand that this is the person, and if they listen to it again and again, they know that this person is that become, how do we see it? It 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 is your layout. It becomes associated with your own personal brand. This color, this person. Color red, Coca-Cola. If you hear that sonic sound effect, like however it is, I'm very bad at beatboxing. We know it is Gary V.
Yeah.
If we hear the Windows opening sound effect, we know that this is Microsoft.
Yeah.
So connect an audio brand to yourself because I'll tell you something interesting. Some people say in future, like you have Google search now. You're going to search, for example, how to make a podcast. You're going to see a web article, 6, 7 lists. But in future, you're going to search that and you're going to get an audio article. It's going to be a segment of a podcast because at that time, the algorithm is going to become so good that they will transcribe every single podcast and they will know what that podcast is about and they will know whether that is relevant to the search result because the Alexa is growing, Google Home is growing, and if people search for that, your podcast segment will be the search result that might rank one. And that is why podcasts are becoming a big trend. Every single person from digital platique to Gary Vee to influential marketers,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that to jump onto podcasts, to jump onto audio formats. And that is going to be interesting. Plus, they also say
Yeah.
that WhatsApp is going to have advertisements soon in quarter four or quarter three. So, big market, Indian aunties and uncles, what do you want to sell it to them? Because they are on WhatsApp, and in
Yeah.
between seeing WhatsApp status, if advertisements come, I can imagine what White Hat Junior is going to do with
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
in
It's gonna
WhatsApp
be. Yeah.
advertisements.
It's gonna be bad for students. Because if White Hat Junior and Vedantu and all those apps push their advertisement, uncle aunties are gonna not
Hmm.
leave us, or parents are gonna leave us like, "Jao padhai karo," and that shit, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, and in 5 years I'm gonna have a bad time. Anyways, anyways.
They'll start posting status. Remember when we were 3 years old? Good days.
Good days. Yeah, yeah. True,
Uh,
true.
Anyways,
Anyways, yeah.
Hmm.
Do you think influential people have, if you do a podcast, if you make a video, if you do an interview, uh, do you think influence is very plays a huge role for you getting views and all?
For sure, 95%. Because influence comes as a byproduct of personal branding. You have influence because you are known to others. You are known to others because you have a personal brand. But also at the same time, even if you don't have personal branding, it's possible for your videos to go viral. But again, the chances are low, but the chances are higher with the personal brand, with influence. And one thing which people should remember, influence doesn't come in the basis of merit. YouTube is not meritocratic. Just because you put 400 hours into a video, you put a lot of effort into it, doesn't mean YouTube is going to promote it. YouTube doesn't care how much you worked for it. People who did not even work, just recorded their screen, are going to get a million views.
Yeah.
Because YouTube is not meritocratic. And you should not blame YouTube for that. You should blame yourself for not understanding the platform.
Hmm. Okay, okay. And how can somebody understand YouTube? How can I know
But
I'm
yeah,
doing this wrong,
I
that's wrong?
understand. I understand their problem. Like you spend so much time. Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm really sorry to interrupt you in between.
No, 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 no.
Yeah,
Hmm.
what I was just asking, how can somebody recognize this? YouTube कैसे चलता है? What hashtag should I use? कैसे title बनाना है मुझे? कैसा ये होना चाहिए? कैसा ये होना चाहिए जिससे
Hmm.
views मिलेंगे मुझे? You know?
Okay. Okay, perfect. So I come back to that after a short break of connecting my wire with my laptop. Charge low.
Sure, no worries.
I start?
Yeah.
Okay. So number one is understanding what is in demand. And that can be seen by trends. If an iPhone released recently, I'll make a video on top 10 organs to sell to buy iPhone. I'll bring a funny friend with me and be like, okay, bro, full commentary, full roast, let's go. And we'll make something funny out of that. It all depends on how do I say? It has to be a fresh, original content. And you need to be very I really can't answer this per se because it cannot be described in words ki there's a particular set, like there's a formula for success when clearly that is not. It's about having things which are not already done by people, and if it's already done, doing it in a unique way. Tier lists were very popular because it was very collaborative in nature. Because I did not have to collaborate with Jake Paul to make a video on him, I could just mention his name.
Yeah.
So let's see who is on trending, see what kind of spin you can put it in your niche. If I'm an economics channel, if TikTok got banned, I'd be like the economic implications. But I won't say economic implications. I'd be like reacting to TikToks that give financial advice.
Mm.
You need to try to mix both the subjects, see how you are going to get something out of it. If someone big made a podcast, I'll be like, I'll just use the name of those big personalities. You need to piggyback on them, and that is a sure way of getting views. But at the same time, being creative in your own front. If you can build titles that need not be relevant to your content, but at the same time, it need not be a clickbait. It has to be somewhat fresh and original. Like, I cannot answer this in a very descriptive manner. It's going to be very vague. All the YouTubers have heard this advice: make it clickable, make thumbnails in a colorful manner. It should be popping out. You need to have a fresh look. face in it, have arrow marks, but trust your own content and don't have titles which feel like your thesis assignment report. Learn from Republic TV. How they were able to manage so much TRP, so many people looking at it.
Yeah.
If you break it down, they were always doing collaboration with big people, and they used that person in headline without mentioning his name. I mean, I'm not mentioning, but they mention it way too much, and that is one way to get people's attention. And that is what the YouTube community did with the Paul brothers, with Life Gum when the boxing match happened with KSI, and put your own spin to it. But this question is something which you need to find out on your own what your audience wants. If
Yeah.
I were in your shoes and I had to title the podcast, I'd be like, how to manipulate people into buying products. Because those are, very edgy, very controversial, very radical content titles. Like one time I put a title, don't go to science stream for earning money. And people lost their minds. I mean,
Okay.
like,
Okay.
yeah, it is very suggestive in nature. Anyone can see that implication that I'm taking in this at science. Key, I'm telling people that if you are in science, you won't earn money. That is an
Wow.
implication. But once they watch the full video, they'll be like, okay, I am saying that science stream doesn't deal with money directly. It deals with sciences, with medical, with engineering, with hard sciences, with research. Whereas commerce deals directly with money. So if you want to work directly with money, take commerce, don't take science. But these are small things which angers people, but you need to understand the balance between it. Like if you take Boy in a Band, he made a diss track on education system and his title was Don't Stay in School. Now this is a title which is going to get a lot of controversy for sure.
Yeah.
And his main agenda was these useless subjects should not stay in school. It should not be mandatory. But his title was Don't Stay in School. That is really smart. And it's one way to really have clickbait, but not the clickbait at the same time.
Yeah. 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 That's true. That's true.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And what are the problems did you personally see as a content creator when you
Hmm.
I checked your channel. I was like really really I was like wow, amazed with the kind of thumbnails and all
Thanks,
you
man.
had. Yeah, yeah, it's really, I mean, it's not because you came here as trying to glorify
I know.
yourself. It's really it's really what I saw there. um so how what did you what problems did you see at a personal level when you were creating content? Yeah.
Hmm. Maybe I did have a lot of problems, but I did not identify the problems per se. Like in the beginning, I recorded with my Lenovo K4 Note. I had a Lenovo P1 to record audio, and I had a Nikon, a very old camera, and I used to record like this. This will be my mic, and I really had a. I mean, obviously, it's better than what people had, but at that time, I felt like that was not enough. But I might be just talking about first world problems at this stage. But if you see the really intricate things, it's about not having the time to make content because you can't dedicate consistency to high quality videos if you are in school, if you're in board, if you're given board exams, if you're trying to manage businesses, trying to own stuff.
Hmm.
It is almost next to impossible. So afterwards, as I became better and better at it, I record for one day straight. I record like 6-7 hours of content for my PowerPoint stuff, and I schedule it. Like at 6 o'clock now, one video will go up on my channel.
Hmm.
But I'm
Yeah.
lucky that I already made a video. But not having enough time. That is my final answer. Lock it.
Yeah. Yeah. And where do you see content creators going wrong and doing shitty things?
It's about having attitude. Like I said
Oh.
earlier, trade a video. Then what? I won't reply to comments. I won't reply to DMs. I will have 26 followers, but I won't follow anyone because I need to have a item. Just because Selena Gomez follows only 90 people, I will follow only 90 people. I'm like, first get millions of people to follow you. It's about not understanding that they need not have an attitude to be at the top and that they need not be at the top. They are just a normal person who makes content. And people want to see normal people making nice content. They want genuine people. They
Yeah.
want to see authenticity, relatability. And that comes only like you are going to laugh much more at your friend's video, that shitty 5 minute YouTube video, than at John Indian. Obviously, you're going to laugh at both, but the intensity of laughing is going to be different.
Yeah, yeah, true, true. And so, what content do you watch yourself, and what do you like to watch?
A bit offensive in nature to many people. I like if you see my analytics, it'll be like 12 minutes, 20 minutes. I just see a few news articles, news items, economic fundas during my lunch and dinner and breakfast. But I don't go and sit and watch YouTube videos of my favorite content creator. When it happens, I see mostly infotainment, something which is super exciting, like documentaries, one time at a stretch. But not those lifestyle videos which people see, like
Oh
Blend
yeah,
Rivera, those craft channels. Matlab, I don't want to put that much time into watching content. I can't even make content now.
yeah.
But that becomes a little offensive, no? When you have a lot of people in the industry as your friends, and you're like, I'll watch your videos. I mean, I like your content. I appreciate and respect the work that you do. It's just that I don't have enough time to dedicate myself to watch the video in its entirety.
Mm, yeah, yeah, true. It's really true. Yeah. Okay. So just what would be your advices to anybody? Before maybe I think we are nearing to the end. So what would be your advice to
Yeah.
anybody, making content or creating content or wishes to create content?
Every single company is going to become a media company in the future because they need B2C businesses. And at that time, when they start content marketing, every single company is going to start that. If you search for how to connect your domain with a hosting or any technical thing, you're going to see those websites article come first. And that article is a content. They are trying to give you information, give you value, and then convert you into a customer. And that is going to be crucial in lots of cases. If you are good in storytelling, in selling yourself, in telling a good story, being fluent in these things, you have a very bright future because the world is going to get a lot of more of these jobs. So if you have a portfolio now, if you show your experience that I started making content from a really young age, your jobs of being hired in a company, getting a bigger salary, or converting people into proper clients, long-term clients is going to be higher and your company is going to respect that. Or one more thing that I've heard is content creation is the gateway drug to entrepreneurship. It's much more easier to become an entrepreneur if you're a content creator because you have personal brand, you have a network, and you know how to make content which exists online. And with that, you can become a content marketer, sell your product using that entrepreneurial tag of yours. So that is why I would pursue people, persuade people to pursue content marketing, creative content curation, and all that.
Yeah.
So that is my 5 cents.
Okay. Okay. And what message or any kind of thing you'd like to leave here before ending up this? Or would you like to add upon or speak about something else? We can do that also.
If anyone has good ideas on how to complete 12th standard syllabus, please leave them in a comment. I'll be checking that. I have my exams soon from 9th of this month. We need to complete projects. And I took, see this, we had to submit a 35 pages project for accountancy, case study
Oh,
and comprehensive question, all that.
okay.
So I cannot write in unruled pages. If it's an unruled page, I can't write for shit. Mine will go to Tokyo to Mexico. So wait, I'm good in designing. So I designed these with lines, A4 sheet lines. Now, these are just 18 lines. And to complete 35 pages is a piece of cake when you're going to plagiarize stuff or semi plagiarize Obviously, a little bit of it is going to be plagiarized, but from my textbook. So, if anyone has advice on how to complete their exams to learn commerce in 2 weeks of time, please leave a comment down below.
Yeah. That's I think the problem right now. Everybody who's in a college or somebody is suffering with these many projects and all.
Yeah, bro,
Yeah.
12th standard. 12th standard, not even college. Oh, wait,
Oh,
it's called college in some places of India, right?
yeah. Because I'm from Bangalore,
Huh.
and here we have
Yeah,
it as a
yeah.
college. So yeah, it's different.
And
So it's
also, apologies for my webcam. I have no
no
idea
worries,
what is
no
happening.
worry,
I
no
just can't
worries. It's
focus
all
for shit.
fine.
But
So yeah, that's wonderful. I had a wonderful conversation. Thank you for joining in. And
thank you
yep,
so much for
thank
having
you.
me, bro.
Yeah, it was my pleasure. It was my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Peace. It was my pleasure too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Lakshit, check out my Instagram, B6 Bhavesh. Love you, man.
Chalo, bye bye.